dear nursery, and welcome back to another week in my Reborn studio. Today is Monday, and this week is going to be a little bit different than most weeks, because typically I start the week with 2 sets of brand new unpainted freshly washed kits, but this week I have a couple other things I'm working on before I get to my new blank kits I'll be working on. The first thing is painting hair on sweet little Camden here. You may remember him from my last week in my Reborn studio. So he is all done and assembled apart from his head getting painted. I love the way his veining turned out. He looks nice and preemie and adorable. So that's what I'm going to be doing today, is painting some hair on him, and once that's done, he's got to get rooted lashes and then get these eyes properly set in place. Then I also have a couple other unique things I'm going to be doing today, and that will hopefully all get completed by the end of the day. And the next time I'm back, I'll be starting some new kits. So let's go ahead and get started with the hair. Alright, so this little boy is going to be getting some medium brown hair. I'm actually starting with, excuse how messy it looks, it's actually been perfectly sealed, so the paint is in great shape. But this is the color I used when I did painted hair on my Tanya, and this is actually the darker color I did for her thickening layer. But instead of using this for the darkening, this is going to be the base color I'm going to use on Camden. So I tend to do the slightly lighter shade first, and then go in and darken up the color a little bit, and then that's what I use for the thickening and darkening layers. Alright, so I just got Camden's head in the oven. He got his first little bit of hair painting, mostly around the swirl and the sideburns, and starting to work down toward the hairline. So I'm baking that on so it doesn't get smudged or rubbed off as I continue to work my way around the head. So now what I'm doing is I've got little Miss Skylar here, twin A, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of Reborn doll surgery and get her taken apart. And I'm going to put her glass beads and some of her stuffing in here to keep it all contained while I do her touch-up work. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to Miss Ivy over here, who's also going to be getting some re-varnishing. Camden's head is now cool. I've got this whole back section left to fill in, so I'm going to go ahead and try and power through that. Guys, so today is Thursday and I have been painting for several hours. Obviously the babies you see on the painting table today are different than the babies you saw in the last clip from my previous painting day. So what I've done since is I completed Camden's hair, got him all varnished, his eyes and lashes and glazing done, got him assembled, and he has already been packed up and sent on his way home. I also did more work on Miss Twin A over here, working on her touch-ups. So that was pretty much what I've done since we last checked in. And then today, what I've been doing for the past several hours is I just started making headway on Owen Asleep here in the middle and a custom Saskia here on the right. What they've had so far are blue and yellow undertones, veining, some purple and red undertones, and then their first 6 layers of mottling. So I'm actually just waiting for Saskia to finish flashing off before I go ahead and bake her most recent layers of mottling. And then my goal for today is to probably get through another 3 layers of mottling on each kit. If I'm really ambitious, we will get to flesh wash. Hi guys, so today is Friday and I am back to working on all 3 of these babies. I wanted to show you where I left off as of yesterday. So on the left, we have the twin A that I was doing touch-ups on. Her touch-ups are all complete, and I also was able to varnish her and get the varnish baked several times so that it's fully set by today. So what I'm going to be doing now is just doing her glazing touch-up on her lips, ears, nostrils, and nail tips. And once that's set and dry, she'll be all ready to be reassembled. And then on Saskia and Owen over here in the middle, what I was able to accomplish yesterday was everything I talked about before, all the undertones, veining, and I got through a total of 9 layers of mottling, so a variety of colors. And then on Owen, at least, I was able to do 1 layer of flesh wash, which is a little ironic because he's still paler than Saskia, and she hasn't even had a flesh wash yet. So once I get Twin A reassembled, the goal for today is going to be to continue to build color and depth on both of these 2 babies here by doing flesh wash, creases, and maybe I'll get a chance to start doing some blushing and maybe some more mottling. So I'm just going to let all that set and dry, and then she can be reassembled. Hi guys, so today is Monday, and I wanted to quickly catch you guys up on where I left off on Friday, I believe was my last painting day. I did say that I was going to try and finish my Twin A and then do some more painting on these guys. Unfortunately, the time spent on Twin A was more consuming than I expected, so I didn't get to adding more paint to these guys. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm playing a little bit of catch up. I'm going to start with adding some more flesh wash because as you can see, they're both still very, very fair, which I want them to be fair, but not quite this light. And then doing some creasing before I move on to my next detail layers. Hi guys, so today is Wednesday and I wanted to show you where I left off on my last painting day. I know that I haven't been the best this week about filming each and every step, and you'll understand why more later, but it's really just because I have been working on some additional things while I paint, so it's just made it a little bit difficult to kind of film a few steps here and there. So first, let me just catch you up on what I did my last painting day. So as you can see, both babies definitely have some progress. On Owen here, I say he, but this baby's going to be a girl, so she got several layers of blushing. As you can see, her cheeks, ears, eyelids, nose, chin, and certainly her lips have pinked up quite a bit. I am definitely trying to feminize this kit a little bit by making the lips quite rosy and red so that she looks girlier as she's complete. I'll show you on Saskia as well. Saskia's mommy has requested that he not be overly blushed, so as you can see, his blushing is a lot, I guess a lot less heavy-handed than Owen. I did accentuate the lips primarily around the lip line rather than the whole of the lip overall, and I've kept these eyelids, you know, pretty neutral, not overly reddened. So he's coming along as well. In addition to all their blushing, they've both had their first few layers of their second round of mottling. So my goal for today is to finish all the mottling that they're going to have that you're really going to kind of see on the surface levels, and hopefully get to enhancing some creasing, maybe even getting as far as beginning a lot of their detail work. So just to fill you guys in a little bit, these are the first 3 layers of additional mottling that they had done the other day. As you know from the earlier stages, they did both get 9 layers of mottling, but then of course we go on to do flush wash and blushing and other details, so that mottling starts to become a little less noticeable and a little more faded and kind of under the surface. So that's why I always do a second round of mottling. I probably won't do a whole 9 colors. I'm guessing I'll probably do 6, maybe a few more depending on how I feel about it. So we might get close to 9, but this is what they've had so far. This slightly minty green. I like to do the green mottling immediately after I complete the blushing, simply because it kind of helps bring all that redness and pinkness down a little bit. Then I do the teal. Oh, there goes my oven preheating. Always has to be in one of my videos for whatever reason. But yeah, then I did teal, which helps kind of re-enhance those blue undertones that we do in the earlier stages. And then I do purple simply because it's really my favorite mottling tone. I think it's kind of one of the most visible mottling layers and really brings that look of realism to the skin. And so the next 3 layers I'm probably going to be doing, we'll see how it goes as I apply them, but it's going to be this kind of pinky purple shade, which I actually use for my creases. Let me show it to you compared to a true purple. You can see it's a much warmer, redder shade, and I am using a smaller, more clustered mottling sponge to give it that slightly older baby effect and that slightly more prominent mottling that you can see. Then I'm going to be doing, I call this my raspberry color. It's just kind of a more pinky toned red, which I think is really beautiful. Also going to be using a smaller mottling sponge. And then depending on how that looks when it's done, I may or may not do some true Magenta 04 mottling, also using a smaller mottling brush. This layer, if I do end up doing it, is always very, very thin. I don't want to make the kits look neon pink. It just definitely gives this a live, bright, healthy look to the vinyl, and so we'll see if I feel it's necessary as we get to that point. So it's the late afternoon on Monday. So this marks, I believe, about 2 weeks since I started this current round of projects. Now, not necessarily 2 weeks since I started these 2, because of course I started with Camden and Twin A and all those other things I was working on. But we're finally getting to the finish line, which is very exciting. Today has been varnish day. So both kits got fully varnished with a nice coating of my special matte varnish mixture, so they feel very well sealed without being overly rough and sandpapery, so I'm very, very pleased. What I've just finished up doing in the past couple hours here is rooting lashes on both of these babies. Oh, sorry, there goes my dryer in the background. I'm drying laundry simultaneously. But I've been rooting their lashes and doing the glazing on their faces. So I'm going to show you a little bit close up. They are both blonde babies, so they both have blonde brows and blonde lashes. Owen here is going to be a girl, so I have gone thicker, fuller, and longer with these lashes. Although I did go a bit more dramatic on these brows just because I think it suits the face of this kit. And then of course her lips are a brighter, deeper red, and I've pretty heavily glazed them. I think that just makes it look more feminine. So she is looking absolutely beautiful. I'm really, really happy with how she's turned out. And we have little Saskia over here. This is my third Saskia. I'm sorry, I know he doesn't have his eyes in right now, but that's because his eyelashes are setting. I'm going to do my best to show you. It's a little trickier on open-eyed kits, but he's got beautiful lashes as well. Here we go. This is a good way of showing them. They are full like Owen, but they're not quite as long. And honestly, this is some of my favorite open-eyed rooted lashes I've ever done. I'm really pleased with them. And then his lips, as you can see, have more of a natural finish. They're not quite as shiny, and they're a lot fairer. Most of the color is concentrated around the lip line. He's also got some subtle wetness in the ears, and if you can tell, he's got a slight tiny bit of drool on this one corner, which I think just suits him so well. Oh, and his brows, here they are. They're nice and subtle, as you can see. Just blonde baby boy brows. They also both have a magnet in now. As you can see, I don't have Saskia's pacifier handy, so I'll show you his later. But yeah, now all that's left for me to do at this point is go ahead and glaze all the fingernails and toenails. I'm just waiting for them to completely cool off before I start doing that. Owen is going to be left unassembled, so there's no assembly required there, but I do need to do the eyes and assembly on Saskia, so that is what's left. Alright guys, it's Tuesday and we are in the home stretch. It is now what I'm calling assembly hour. So Saskia is going to have his eyes put in a few minutes. When I do that, I'm going to send some quick pictures to his mommy so she can confirm she likes the position. I'm going to go ahead and stuff and weight this body. I'm going to go ahead and put some string ties on this beautiful tummy plate. And then once his limbs are assembled, I'm going to send some more progress photos to his mommy. So it's just going to be go, go, go for the next hour or so. Alright guys, so I want to quickly show you what's going on over here. First, a little scary, but here is Saskia's body all assembled. I got string ties on his little tummy plate. So all we're doing now is waiting for his eyes to set. I just got approval from his mommy that she liked the positioning. So that glue is setting and drying, and when that's done, I'll stuff and weight his head and get him all put together. And then over here we have our little girl, the Owen kit. She, as I said before, is going home unassembled. Not something I typically do, but what I want to try and do is get a couple photos of her like this before I get her boxed up to go home. Because as you know, I do like to do a little photo shoot of all my work. It'll be a little bit trickier since she is not assembled, but we will figure it out. So that's all that's going on right now. We're almost done with both of these babies. Alright guys, so today is Tuesday and we are finally done with the babies. As you can see, here is Saskia looking so precious. I did his photo shoot already, and I'm actually just about to do his box packing, but I wanted to show you him quickly before I do. Here's his cute little pacifier. So Owen has already been packed and was shipped home yesterday. As you know, she was an unassembled baby. But I will go ahead and insert a few pictures of both babies at the end of this video for you guys so you can see them both all done. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed following along with me the past 2 weeks or so, doing some touch-up work, some painted hair, and starting 2 brand new babies. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.